What is something you have been told that you will never forget? Oh, this is a pretty easy answer. So I have this very distinct memory that my dad told me when I was 16. And I remember I asked him, I didn't know what to do in high school, because when you're 16, you're in grade 10, you have to start picking courses that you want to take to work towards university, right? Pick a certain program or a type of degree or profession you want to pursue. And I had no idea what I wanted to do. And my dad is a chef by trade. And so I asked him, like, oh, should I start studying culinary to be a chef like you? I don't know what to do. And then I remember he gave me this very simple piece of advice, and it's very common in the self-improvement world. He was like, do you love cooking? I'm like, no, not really. And so he's like, then don't do it. And he said, what you want to do is find a job that you love so that you'll never have to work another day in your life. And for whatever reason, those are one of the few moments of advice that my dad gave me that really like stuck in my head. And I think that's what started this whole entrepreneurial spirit that I have. I've always remembered that very vividly, that memory of my father giving it to me. Because I remember we were at a bank. We were at the bank, we were setting something up, some type of investment or saving account for me. And then we just had some conversation about money, which led to school and professions. And it's very simple, very basic advice, right? You know, do what you love and you'll never have to work another day in your life. And I've always just been chasing that dragon. I've always been pursuing that love of work. And that's why I was never successful in college or university or in corporate America. It just wasn't for me. And so that piece of advice has stuck with me my entire life. And it's been, 23 years? And I still have a very distinct memory of where we were, what he said, you know, the context, the time of day. I think it was like a Saturday afternoon at like 2 o'clock or something like that. And just really, really good advice. Really good advice, it's kind of funny because my parents didn't like the path that I took, because this is what you guys need to understand about if you want to be an entrepreneur or pursue this entrepreneurial lane in life, this path of having your own business, being your own boss, doing your own thing, starting your own company, it's full of failure. You're literally failing all the time. All you do is fail. All there is disappointment. And then you'll have one moment where things go well. Whereas in contrast to that, when you think about, you know, maybe getting a day job or a profession or degree, usually everything is pretty good, right? You finish school and you get a job, you go to your job, you show up, you get a paycheck. You show up, you get a paycheck. You show up, you get a paycheck. And then maybe once in a while you'll fuck up at your job and then you'll feel bad about it. And so at your day job, it's just little wins. Everything is doing well, and then there's one bad failure, right? And so entrepreneurship is the complete opposite, where the vast majority of the time, all you're doing is just eating shit, day in and day out, just over and over and over and over. It's horrible. Like, it just sucks. I don't know how I kept going. I had no reason to think I was ever going to be successful. I was always like, am I delusional? Like, what am I doing? Am I just like wasting my time, wasting my life? Right, streaming to 0 people. But yeah, great piece of advice from good old Mr. G. No, Mr. B. We'll say Mr. B. My dad's first name is Gerald. Good advice. Yeah, thanks to my dad. Also, that's another thing. You know, I'm lucky. I had great parents growing up. I have a good relationship with my mom and my dad. And a lot of people don't have that, right? And so I was very lucky that I got that guidance at 16, because then it sort of stuck with me and it molded the future decisions that I made. Because here's the thing. We're all on this earth for a limited amount of time, all right? And most parents, they want their kids to be financially secure. They want them to be successful. They want their kids to go to university because they know you'll get a job, which will have benefits, and they'll have vacation days, and that will make your parents feel safe. And it's a selfish decision to make, because I know what that is. Because me now as a parent, I don't want Tiffany to be an entrepreneur. You think I want her to go through all this bullshit of just struggling all the time, right? As a parent, that's the last thing I want my kids to do. I don't want them to suffer. But that's a selfish decision to make as a parent. And also, it's not all just about money, right? It should be more about happiness. Because this whole idea about, being super rich, right? Getting all the money, getting the nice car and house. The whole idea is you want all that stuff because you think it's going to make you happy. So you have this massive equation with all these parameters in the middle. College, university, degree, Fortune 500 company, salary, manager, CEO, whatever, pension and retirement fund. And then you think once you have all those variables complete, then it equals happiness. But why don't you just get happiness from day one? Like, what if you could find a job, it doesn't make as much money, but you wake up every day excited to go there? Like, isn't that more valuable? Wouldn't you prefer to live a life like that? But as a parent, it's hard to see that. Because I want to know that Tiffany is safe. I want to know she has a job, if she has vacation days, because it makes me feel comfortable because I don't have to worry about her. But that's such a selfish decision to make, because you're just making yourself feel good instead of trying to push your own children to find happiness. And so this whole idea of happiness, money, materialistic gains, possessions, it's all fleeting, man. Chase what you love. Like that simple advice that my dad gave me, find what you love and you'll never have to work another day in your life. Like, do you think I'm working right now? Do you think streaming is work for me? YouTube, making videos, hanging out with you guys. This is awesome. I love this. This is so much fun for me. But at 2 o'clock when I got to go in, to be a courier for the day job, I'm not excited. I don't hate it, but it's not what I love. If I could make enough money to just, live half comfortably, but chase my passion and do something that I just love, that's the best feeling in the entire world. I love supporting good people. Appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you, cowboy. The other thing too is I learn a lot about myself in these streams, because I have all these core principles and beliefs and ideas that I think I believe in, but you can talk all day. Like, you can say all the right things, but it's your actions which really truly dictates your authenticity, right? And so me live streaming 3 times a week, there's no way I can hide. I say I do all this self-improvement stuff. I say I read all these books. I say I do all these things. And if I was lying, then you guys would quickly see that. My ideas would crumble. My arguments wouldn't be well thought out. My ideas would be poor. And so I've learned a lot about myself when it comes to the stream, and just also holding myself accountable to you guys. And it's made me a better person.